In this section, we want to look at performing algebra on matrices, so matrix algebra. Now, we're talking about doing things like adding, subtracting, and doing multiplication. And we're also going to be talking about inverse matrices. And how do we find those? What do they mean? How do we find them? Now, for the most part, this stuff is fairly straightforward, but you do have to make sure that certain conditions are in place before you can actually do the algebra. For example, if you want to do anything with addition and subtraction, you've got to make sure that the dimensions of your two matrices are identical. If you look at A is 2 rows by 3 columns. B is also 2 rows by 3 columns. Since they have the same dimension, we can very easily add these matrices or subtract them. When you do that, when you do addition, you're going to be adding corresponding entries to each other. If you're subtracting, then you subtract corresponding entries in the order in which they're written. So for example, if I want to find A plus B, that means I'm going to take this entry plus that entry. And that's going to be my first one. So I'm going to say 4 minus 7. And the next one, I'm going to take negative 8 and positive 5. So combine negative 8 and 5. Then combine 9 and 10. 12 and minus 1. 5, negative 4. Negative 3 and positive 19. So that's what it looks like, and then you just do the arithmetic. So 4 minus 7 is got negative 3, 19. Then we have 11, 1, and 16. That's all you have to do. Don't make it any more complicated. You're not solving anything. You are just performing the operation of addition and saying what happens if I add these two matrices. That's it. If I do subtraction, of course we know that with subtraction, order is important. So if I do the first entry minus the second entry, use parentheses for the subtraction so that you are good with your signs. And then we would have negative 8 minus 5, 9 minus 10. Then we would have 12 minus negative 1, 5 minus negative 4, negative 3 minus 19. Again, pay attention to how I'm using the parentheses so I don't make some kind of careless mistake, which I'm very prone to making careless mistakes. All right, so 4 minus 7, that's 4 plus 7, that's 11. Then we have negative 13. 9 minus 10 is negative 1. 12 minus a minus 1 becomes plus 1, so it's 13. That's going to be a 9, and then negative 22. That's it. That's all we have to do. So hopefully you can enjoy this for what it is before things get more complicated. Okay?